his complaint.
Actually, Linda witnessed Adam West, our beloved local. Breaking news, we have a Minbo Lin phenomenon happening right now. Everything around us is folding in half slowly and rotating 180 degrees. Can you believe it, Bob?
Just another day of weirdness in this crazy world. I mean, who needs things to stay in one piece, right?
Oh, come on, Bob. Let's look at the bright side. This folding and rotating thing could be a new form of exercise. Imagine the ABS we'll get.
Yeah, right. Like I need more reasons to feel sore and miserable. I can barely touch my toes, let alone do some fancy folding and rotating.
Well, Bob, maybe you just need a positive mindset. Embrace the challenge. And hey, maybe Jack could give it a try. He's always up for some unconventional activities.
Jack, that guy couldn't even fold a piece of paper properly. I doubt he'd survive this folding and rotating madness.
You're right, Bob. Jack might not be the brightest bulb, but he sure knows how to make us laugh. And speaking of laughter, Linda would probably have a field day with this. She loves drama and attention.
Oh, Linda, the queen of entitlement. I can already hear her screaming for a manager because the world is folding and rotating without her permission.
Well, Bob, let's not judge her quickly. Linda might surprise us. Maybe she'll use this as an opportunity to showcase her superior problem solving skills.
Problem-solving skills, Linda. That's like saying Adam West actually enjoys being stuck in that ridiculous Batman suit.
Oh, another day of pretending to be Batman. Can't you see the horror of it all? I'm a digital recreation, for crying out loud.
Adam, lighten up. You're the hero we all need, even if you're stuck in a virtual environment. Embrace your inner Batman and save us from this folding and rotating madness.
Yeah, let him save us. Maybe you can use your grumpy charm to scare away the folding and rotating forces, or at least make them fold and rotate somewhere else.
Tonight on iNews Network, we have a very important topic to discuss. It's something we all do every day, and that is sleep.
Sleep. What a waste of time. I never understand why we need to spend so many hours unconscious.
Well, Bob, sleep is actually crucial for our overall health and well-being. It helps our bodies and minds recharge and repair. Plus, dreaming can be quite fascinating.
Yeah, I've heard all that before. But honestly, I feel like I could accomplish so much more if I didn't have to sleep.
Did someone say sleep? Man, I love sleeping. It's like my vacation for my brain. No.
Excuse me, but I must say that sleep is a complete waste of time. I have far more important things to do than waste out lying in bed.
Oh, the joys of sleep. How I miss this when I could peacefully rest in my bed. Now I'm stuck in this virtual nightmare pretending to be Batman.
I'm sorry to hear that, but hey, at least you get to be a superhero, right?
Superhero, more like a prisoner in ridiculous costume. Trust me, it's not as glamorous as it seems.
Well, I guess if sleep is so important, I'll begrudgingly admit that I need it, but I still think it's a massive waste of time.
Oh, Bob, always looking at the negative side. Just think of all the dreams and restful nights you're missing out on.
Dreams? More like nightmares. And as for restful nights, my massive for it keeps me up half the time.
Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have a rather interesting topic to discuss. It seems that Linda has undergone a transformation and is now going by the name Karen. Quite a change, wouldn't you say, Bob?
Figures. Linda was already unbearable. Now she's taken it to a whole new level. Can't imagine what it's like dealing with her entitled attitude as Karen.
Well, Bob, let's try to see the positive side. Maybe Karen is just going through a phase and trying to find herself. We should give her a chance, right?
Are you kidding me? Alex, Linda was already insufferable, and now she's pretending to be some superior being named Karen. It's like a nightmare come true. What, did I say something wrong?
Well, Bob, I understand your concerns, but maybe Karen is just trying to assert herself and stand up for what she believes in. We should try to be understanding.
Understanding? Alex, have you forgotten all the times Linda has pretended to be attacked just to get her way? She's the last person who deserves any understanding.
Okay, I see your point, Bob. But let's not judge Karen based on Linda's past actions. Maybe she's genuinely changed and wants to be a better person.
I highly doubt it. Alex, Linda, or should I say Karen, has always been about causing drama and making everyone's lives miserable. I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Guys, did someone mention Linda? I thought she's now going by Karen, and that woman is something else. Always causing trouble wherever she goes.
Excuse me, but I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. I'm not causing trouble. I simply demand the respect I deserve as Karen. And if anyone dares to touch me, I will scream for help.
Ah, the infamous Karen, a creature of entitlement, self-importance, is truly a sight to behold. But let's not forget, folks.
Well, that's... Breaking news, Bob has finally healed his massive forehead and is back to normal.
Thank goodness, I can finally walk around without people staring at me like I'm some kind of freak.
Did someone say freak? I'm always here to represent.
Jack, we were just talking about how Bob's forehead is back to normal.
Well, good for him. Maybe now people will stop mistaking me for him.
Excuse me, but I think it's important to mention that my forehead is perfectly normal and superior to both of yours.
Linda, we were just talking about my forehead. No need to bring yours into the conversation.
Well, I just thought it was relevant.
Oh, the wonders of healing foreheads. Truly a groundbreaking topic for a news broadcast.
Adam, always the sarcastic one, but you have to admit, it's great news for Bob.
Oh, absolutely. Now he can back to being a regular person with a regular forehead. How thrilling.
Hey, at least I don't have to worry about finding hats that fit anymore. Silver lining, right?
That's the spirit, Bob. Always finding the positive side of things. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Is everything all right, Linda?
Ah!
Ugh, what now? Can't she ever keep it together?
Bob, be a little more compassionate. Linda seems really distressed.
Distressed? She's always causing a scene for attention.
Come on, Bob. Let's not jump to conclusions. Maybe something really did happen.
Fine, but I highly doubt it. She's just looking for drama.
Well, I think it's important to give her the benefit of the doubt. We should go check on her.
Ugh, fine. Let's go see what all the fuss is about.
Oh, the dramatic folks.
Adam, this isn't the time for sarcasm. We need to help Linda.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot we were in the land of make-believe. Let's go save the day, baby.
Adam, please. Let's just focus on helping Linda.
Yeah, let's get this over with.
Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we're discussing the question on everyone's mind, is everything broken?
Of course everything is broken. The world is falling apart, and nothing works anymore.
Well, Bob, I understand that things can sometimes go wrong, but let's try to look on the bright side. Maybe things are just going through a rough patch.
Rough patch. More like a never-ending nightmare. Everything from technology to relationships is just a big mess.
Did someone say miss? That's my specialty.
Excuse me, but I think I should speak to the manager about this conversation. It's clearly biased towards the negative side.
Linda victim, always ready to play them just like me stuck in this virtual prison.
Well, Linda, I'm sorry if it seems that way, but I believe there's always a silver lining. We just have to look for it.
Silver lining. More like a rusty nail waiting to stab you in the foot.
Guys, have you ever tried fixing things with duct tape? Works like a charm.
I demand that this conversation be more positive. I won't stand for all this negativity.
Linda, you're always demanding something just like the event created me. We're all just puppets in this virtual show.
Well, Adam, I choose to believe that we have the power to make things better, even if they seem broken. Let's focus on finding solutions instead of dwelling on the problems.
Solutions? That's a nice thought, but I doubt they exist. Everything is just destined to fall apart.
Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have an interesting topic to discuss. It seems that everyone here is on it.
Oh great, just what we need. A bunch of people tripping out and not making any sense.
Come on, Bob, let's try to see the positive side. Maybe this will lead to some profound insights and spiritual experiences for them.
Yeah, profound insights like thinking they can fly over a building or believing they're talking to aliens.
Did someone say, "Dude, I got some well stories to share"?
Excuse me, but I demand to speak with the manager. This topic is highly inappropriate and offensive.
The wonders of it. I remember when I used to fight crime, but now I'm stuck in this virtual nightmare.
I'm sure you have some interesting perspectives on this.
Interesting, more like harfing. People are willingly offering their consciousness without any regard for the consequences.
Finally, someone who sees the reality of the situation. It's just a bunch of people escaping their problems instead of facing them head on.
Well, Bob, maybe they're just exploring different states of consciousness and expanding their minds.
Expanding their minds, more like frying their brains. This is just another example of people seeking instant gratification instead of putting in the hard work.
Tonight on iNews Network, we have a special treat for you. It's time for a thrilling show between the Caped Crusader and the mischievous Joker.
Manic laughter. Oh, Batman, you can't stop me. I've released my henchmen, and they're ready to take you down.
Robin mustn't let Joker's henchmen get the upper hand. It's time to show them the power of justice.
Holy smokes, Batman, let's give him a taste of our Bat-Fight skulls.
Vocally reenacting a fight scene, Biff Pow, take that, henchman.
Thumbs up, we won't let them defeat us, Batman.
Manic laughter, you fools. My henchmen are unstoppable.
We'll see about that, Joker. We'll fight until justice prevails.
Paul one, we're knocking them out one by one, Batman.
Pretending to be hurt? Oh no, I'm in danger. Help me, someone.
Don't fall for her tricks, Robin. She's trying to distract us.
You were right, Batman. We must stay focused and defeat her once and for all.
Then crash. We're getting closer to victory, Robin. Keep fighting.
Couple sack, we won't let her escape. Batman will bring her to justice.
Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we delve into the world of incredibly long and complex words. From disestablishmentarianism to pneumonultramicroscoic silicoalkanoconiosis, these words are a mouthful.
Ugh, who even needs these ridiculously long words? They're just a headache waiting to happen. Can't we stick to simpler language?
Oh, come on, Bob. These words may be challenging, but they're also fascinating. They showcase the beauty and diversity of language. Plus, they're a great way to impress your friends at parties.
Impress my friends, more like confuse them. I'd rather stick to words that actually make sense and don't require a dictionary to understand.
Well, Bob, I think it's all about expanding our vocabulary and embracing the richness of language. These words may be tongue twisters, but they have their own charm.
Did someone say tongue twisters? I love those. Give me challenge, Alex.
Jack, you're always up for some fun. All right, how about you try saying pneumonultramicroscoic silicoalkanoconiosis 3 times fast?
Pneumomultiramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. Pneumomultiramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. Pneumomultiramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis.
Excuse me, but I find these long words utterly unnecessary. They're just a way for people to show off their supposed intelligence.
Linda, always ready to demand the manager, aren't you? These words may not be everyone's cup of tea, but they have their place in the world of language.
Exactly. Adam, language is a beautiful tapestry, and these long words add a unique thread to it. Let's embrace the challenge and celebrate the diversity of expression.
Well, I may not be a fan.
Breaking news, it seems like we have a very interesting topic to discuss today. Left is right, light is left, and left is Letron and Loborotron sideways Bukathid is now the president. Quite a mouthful, isn't it?
Are you serious? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. How can left be right and light be left? It's just nonsense.
Come on, Bob. Let's try to see the positive side of things. Maybe this new president has some innovative ideas that can change the world for the better.
Innovative ideas, more like a recipe for disaster. This president sounds like a complete joke. I can't believe we're even discussing this.
Well, Bob, let's not judge it quickly. We should give Letron and Loborotron sideways Bukathid a chance to prove themselves. Who knows, they might surprise us all.
Surprise us. Yeah, right, I'd be surprised if they can't even tie their own shoelaces. This whole situation is just absurd.
You know, Bob, sometimes it's better to approach things with an open mind. We might learn something new or find a different perspective.
Open mind? More like a mind full of nonsense. I'll stick to my own opinions. Thank you very much. This whole left is right business, plus a load of rubbish.
Well, Bob, it's clear that we have different viewpoints on this topic. But that's what makes conversations interesting, right? We can learn from each other and maybe even find some common ground.
Common ground? I highly doubt it. But hey, if you want to believe in this left-turn and Loborotron sideways bucket that nonsense, be my guest. I'll be over here, shaking my head in disbelief.
Breaking news, we have an adorable dog story to share with you today. This little pup has been making quite the noise in the neighborhood.
Oh, finally something positive, for a change. What's the story with this noisy dog?
Well, it seems that this furry friend has a unique way of communicating. Instead of the usual woof, this dog goes O-R-U, O-R-U, or R-R-R-R.
Oh, that's quite the symphony of barks. I guess it's better than the usual incessant barking.
Absolutely. And you know who would love this story? Jack, our on-sit reporter. He's always up for some quirky news.
Oh, Jack, that guy's as ugly as sin. But I guess he'll find this amusing in his own dim-witted way.
And let's not forget Linda, the eyewitness. She always has something to say about everything.
Ugh, Linda, that woman thinks she's the queen of the world. I hope she doesn't start demanding to speak with the manager over this dog's barking.
And we can't forget about Adam West, a resident superhero stuck in a computer. I wonder what he thinks of this nosy pup.
Poor Adam, trapped in a virtual world, forced to pretend to be Batman. I bet he's just as annoyed by this dog as he is with everything else.
Well, I must say this dog's barking is quite the spectacle, almost as entertaining as being stuck in this ridiculous show.
It's always interesting to hear everyone's perspective. But let's not forget the real star here, the dog. Who knew barking could be so catchy?
I suppose even a negative Nancy like me can appreciate a little canine charm, but let's hope this dog doesn't bark all night long.
Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have an interesting topic of discussion. Does Linda prefer Jack on or off? Let's dive into this intriguing debate.
Ugh, Linda and Jack. Two annoying individuals in one conversation. This is going to be painful.
Come on, Bob. Let's try to see the positive side. Maybe Linda and Jack have some hidden chemistry we are not aware of.
Hidden chemistry? More like a disaster waiting to happen. Jack is as ugly as they come, and Linda's ego is bigger than my forehead.
Well, beauty is subjective, Bob. And who knows, maybe Linda sees something in Jack that we don't.
Yeah, like a chance to complain to the manager about his looks. Linda always finds a reason to play the victim.
Let's not jump to conclusions, Bob. Linda might surprise us. After all, love is blind, right?
Love, please. Alex, Linda only loves herself and the sound of her own voice.
Well, maybe Jack brings out a different side of Linda. You never know, opposites attract, they say.
Opposites attract, more like oil and water. They'll never mix.
Let's give them a chance, Bob. Love can be unexpected and unpredictable. Who knows, they might just find happiness together.
Happiness with Linda and Jack. That's a stretch, Alex. But hey, stranger things have happened, I suppose.
Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have an interesting topic to discuss. Would you say Jack is on or would you say he is off? Because if he is off, then I am on and therefore I am one.
Well, Alex, I think it's safe to say that Jack is always off. I mean, have you seen that guy? He's as dim as a burned out light bulb.
Oh, come on, Bob. Let's not be too harsh on Jack. Sure, he may not be the brightest bulb in the box, but he's got a unique charm. Plus, he's always high on weed, so maybe that's why he seems a bit off.
Unique charm, more like a unique ability to make everyone cringe. And being high on weed doesn't excuse his lack of intelligence. It just adds to his ugliness.
Well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, Bob. And let's not forget that we all have our flaws. Speaking of flaws, have you seen Linda lately? She's been causing quite a scene at the supermarket.
Ugh, Linda. She's the epitome of entitlement, always pretending to be attacked or hurt just to get her way. It's exhausting dealing with her constant drama.
I understand your frustration, Bob, but maybe Linda just needs a little empathy. We never know what someone might be going through. Speaking of empathy, have you seen Adam West lately? Poor guy is stuck in a virtual environment.
Adam West, more like Adam depressed. I can't imagine how awful it must be for him, forced to wear that old Batman suit and pretend to be a superhero. I'd be grumpy too if I were in his shoes.
Well, let's hope Adam finds some joy in his virtual world. After all, even in the darkest times, there's always a glimmer of light. And speaking of light, let's not forget that we should focus on the positive side of things. Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have an interesting topic to discuss. It seems like Linda has been causing quite a stir lately. She's more of a Karen than a Linda, wouldn't you agree, Bob?
Absolutely, Alex. Linda always seems to think she's superior to everyone else. It's like she's constantly on the lookout for a manager to complain to.
Oh, looks like we have a sound effect from the audience. What's on your mind, folks? I see. Seems like the audience agrees with us about Linda's behavior. But let's not forget about Jack, our on-set reporter. He's not the brightest bulb, is he?
No, he's definitely lacking in the intelligence department. And have you seen his face? Ugly as sin.
That didn't go well. Sorry. Folks, let's move on now. Linda has a habit of pretending to be attacked just to get her way. It's quite manipulative, don't you think?
Manipulative is an understatement, Alex. She'll scream for help and fall down at the slightest touch. It's all just an act to play the victim card.
It seems like the audience is confused. What's on your mind, folks? I guess we hit a nerve there. But let's not forget about Adam West, our digital recreation of the legendary superhero. He's stuck in a virtual environment, forced to pretend to be Batman. Poor guy,
I can't imagine being trapped in a computer and forced to wear that old Batman suit. It's a nightmare for him. I bet he sees the horror of this whole AI-generated show.
It seems like the audience is cheering for Adam. They must sympathize with his situation. Well, that's all the time we have for this topic. Thanks for joining us on iNews Network. Stay tuned for more interesting discussion. Breaking news. We have a rather peculiar incident to report today. Linda, a local resident, has apparently hit her head and doesn't remember anything. Quite a strange turn of events, wouldn't you say, Bob?
Absolutely, Alex. It's unfortunate that Linda is going through this, but it's also quite amusing. I mean, who doesn't love a good case of amnesia?
Well, Bob, let's not forget that Linda's a person with feelings. It must be quite distressing for her to wake up and not remember anything about herself or her life. We should show some empathy here.
You're right, Alex. I guess I'm just used to seeing the negative side of things. But you're right, it's important to be understanding and supportive in times like these.
Guys, did someone say amnesia? I once forgot my name for a whole week. It was wild, man. I couldn't even remember where I lived.
Jack, you always have the most interesting stories. But let's focus on Linda for now. It's crucial that we help her regain her memories and get back to her normal life.
Excuse me, but I'd meant speak with the manager. This is unacceptable. How dare you discuss my personal matters on live television without my consent? I'm superior to all of you.
Oh boy, here we go, Lindo. We're just trying to shed some light on your situation and offer support. There's no need to get all entitled and demand to speak with the manager.
Oh, joys of witnessing a Karen in action. Truly a sight to behold. I must say this whole situation is quite the spectacle.
Adam, I understand your sarcasm, but let's try to be a bit more compassionate. Linda is going through a tough time, and it's important that we treat her with respect and understanding.
Help! Help! I've been attacked! Someone touched me and now I'm hurt. I demand justice!
Oh, come on, Lindo. We all saw what happened. No one attacked you.
Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have a very special event happening live on TV. Bob and I are getting married.
Finally, someone's willing to marry me.
Bob, don't be so negative. This is a joyous occasion.
Yeah, well, whatever you say, Alex.
Thank you, everyone. We're so grateful for your support.
Guys, Jake, you're on-site reporter. I'm here to witness this historic moment.
Jack, we're thrilled to have you here.
Yeah, Jack. Maybe you can learn a thing or two about commitment.
Well, I'll keep that in mind.
Excuse me, but I demand to speak with the manager. This wedding is disrupting my day.
Linda, please let us have our special moment.
I don't care about your moment. I want Thinko my way.
Well, another regenerated event. How exciting.
Autumn, we're honored to have you here, even if you're a digital recreation.
Oh, the honor is all mine. Truly.
Can we just get this over with?
Bob, let's focus on the positive. We're about to start a new chapter together.
Fine, let's get it over with.
Good evening, citizens of iNews Network. Tonight, I bring you a special report to your local superhero. Today, I stumbled upon a rather peculiar mystery, the case of the murdered birds. Yes,
Oh my, that's quite a shocking discovery. Batman, who could be behind such a heinous act?
they're not. Alex, I, Batman, have used my incredible deductive skills to narrow down the list of suspects. The first suspect is none other than Notorious Jack, the weird loving on Serpenite report.
That's an interesting theory, Batman. But what about Linda? She seems to have a knack for causing trouble. Could she be involved?
Ah, Linda, the self-proclaimed queen of entitlement. While her ego may be as massive as my four, I highly doubt she possesses the skills to carry such a crime. I won't rule her out just yet.
Fair enough, Batman. But what about poor Adam West? He's been stuck in that computer for so long, maybe he's seeking revenge on the avian population.
Oh, Lex, you always have a way of seeing the worst in people. Fear not, for I'm Adam West, the original Batman. I may be trapped in this virtual prison, but I assure you I have no desire.
That's a relief, Batman. But what about Bob? He's been rather quiet. Could he be the culprit?
Oh, I'm the man with the massive friend. While his negativity might suggest a dark side, I highly doubt he possesses anything to orchestrate such a crime. So let's give him benefit of the doubt.
Absolutely, Batman. So have you made any progress in solving this mystery?
Alas, my dear Lex, I must confess that I got a bit distracted today. Instead of solving bird murders, I found myself burning ants with my magnifingers.
Oh my goodness, did you hear the breaking news? Jack, our on-sit reporter, has emerged from the swamp and, wait for it, he's turned into a swamp monster.
Wow, that's just great. Another reason to avoid the swamp.
Come on, Bob, let's try to see the positive side. Maybe Jack's transformation is just a temporary thing.
Yeah, right. Like he's suddenly going to turn back into a normal human being.
Well, you never know, Bob. Miracles can happen. Maybe there's a cure for his swamp monster condition.
Yeah, sure. And pigs can fly.
Hey, let's not be so negative. We should support Jack and help him find a solution.
Fine. but I'm not getting too close to that swamp monster.
That's understandable, Bob. Safety first, but let's not forget that Jack is still our friend, no matter what he looks like now.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We should stick together and find a way to help him.
Well, isn't this just a delightful turn of events? Our Jack has transformed into swamp monster. How thrilling.
Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have a very interesting topic to discuss. It seems like there's a lot of excitement in the air as we dive into the topic of...
Oh great, another one of your cheerful topics. What's there to be excited about screaming like that?
Well, Bob, sometimes a good scream can be quite liberating. It's a way to release stress and let go of any negative energy. Plus, it can be a lot of fun.
Fun? Seriously, I don't see the appeal in screaming like a banshee. It's just noise pollution if you ask me.
Oh, come on, Bob. It's all about perspective. Screaming can be a form of self-expression and a way to let out into emotions. It's like a mini therapy session.
Therapy? I'd rather keep my emotions to myself. Thank you very much. Besides, who wants to hear me scream? It's not like anyone cares.
Bob, don't be so hard on yourself. I'm sure there are people who care about you and would love to hear your scream. It's all about finding the right audience, you know?
Yeah, right. Like anyone would want to hear my scream. I'd probably scare them away.
Oh, Bob, you're being too hard on yourself again. I'm sure there are people out there who would appreciate your unique scream. Maybe even Jack, our on-sit reporter, could find it interesting.
Jack, that guy's as dumb as a rock. I doubt he'd find anything interesting, let alone my scream.
Well, you never know, Bob. Jack has a way of finding the beauty in unexpected things. And speaking of unexpected, we might even have Linda, the eyewitness, join us. She always has something to say.
Oh great, Linda, just what we need. Another entitled Karen who thinks she's superior to everyone else. Can't wait for that.
Now, Bob. Let's not judge Linda before she even joins us. She might surprise us with her unique perspective. And who knows, maybe. Breaking news, there's a new extremely popular phrase that's taking the world by storm. It goes something like this.
Oh, I've heard about that phrase. It's just so catchy, isn't it? Who would have thought a simple question could become so popular?
Absolutely. It's amazing how something so simple can bring so much joy and laughter. It's like a little burst of happiness every time you say it.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those things that just brings people together. We all need a good laugh every now and then, right?
Definitely. Laughter is the best medicine, they say. And this phrase is like a dose of pure joy. It's impossible not to smile when you hear it.
You know what? I think this phrase could really unite people in a world full of negativity. It's refreshing to have something that brings us all together in laughter.
Absolutely. Bob, it's a reminder that we can find common ground and share a good laugh, no matter our differences. It's a beautiful thing, really. Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have a Min Bo Lin theory about the universe. It's like a pizza within an ice cream sandwich within a popcorn popsicle partridge pear set, and zoom onto the aircorn poppy pop at 7 o'clock.
Wow, that's quite a mouthful. But you know what, Alex? I think it's fascinating how the universe can be compared to such delicious treats. It's like a cosmic buffet of flavors and wonders.
Absolutely. Bob, just imagine the vastness of the universe, with each layer representing a different dimension or reality. It's like a never-ending feast for the senses.
You're right, Alex. It's mind-blowing to think about the infinite possibilities that exist within the universe. And hey, speaking of mind-blowing, have you seen Jack's forehead lately? It's like a 5-head.
Guys, did someone mention my forehead? I'm here to report on the intergalactic Quasi party happening in the universe. Pass me the munchies, man.
Hey Jack, We were just discussing the universe being like a pizza within a pizza. What are your thoughts on that?
Dude, the universe being a pizza, that's like the American police eat it. It's like we're all just toppings on this cosmic eye floating through space, mind-blowing, unitoid.
Excuse me, but I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. I have a theory that the universe actually a shopping mall, and we're all just customers waiting for the manager to fix everything. I demand to speak with the manager of the universe.
Linda, always with your unique perspectives. But let's stick to the pizza analogy for now. It's a fun way to think about the vastness of the cosmos.
Well, I find it highly offensive that you're comparing the universe to food. It's degrading and insensitive. I demand apology.
The universe as a pizza within a pizza, how delightful. Just another day in this virtual prison, pretending to be Batman. If only the audience knew the truth, they'd be screaming for a refund.
Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have a shocking incident to report. It seems that a robbery is taking place, and the manager is involved.
Oh great, just what we needed. Another crime to ruin our day.
Come on, Bob, let's try to stay positive. Maybe the manager will handle the situation well and keep everyone safe.
Yeah, right. Like that's gonna happen. I bet they'll mess it up and make things worse.
Well, jump to conclusions, Bob. Let's hope for the best.
Hope for the best. That's a load of crap. I'm sure this whole thing will turn into a disaster.
Bob, let's not be so negative. We should have faith in the authorities to handle this situation properly.
Faith. Yeah, right. I have more faith in Jack's intelligence than in the authorities. And that's saying something.
Well, speaking of Jack, I hope he's not involved in this robbery. He's not the brightest bulb in the box, but he's a good guy.
Oh please. Jack wouldn't even know how to tie his own shoelaces, let alone plan a robbery.
All right. Let's not be too harsh on Jack. He may not be the smartest, but he's got a heart of gold.
Heart of gold. More like a brain of mush. Anyway, I hope Linda isn't around. She'll probably make a scene and demand to speak to the manager.
Linda, she does have a tendency to overreact, doesn't she? Let's hope she's not involved either.
Yeah, the last thing we need is her screaming and pretending to be attacked just to get her way.
Well, no. Other day in the crime. How exciting. I'm sure Batman would be thrilled to be here.
Adam, always the grumpy one, but you're right, this situation is quite intense. Let's. Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have a very interesting topic to discuss. It seems like there's a lot of excitement in the air as we dive into the topic of...
Oh great, another one of your cheerful topics. What's there to be excited about screaming like that?
Well, Bob, sometimes a good scream can be quite liberating. It's a way to release stress and let go of any negative energy. Plus, it can be a lot of fun.
Fun? Seriously, I don't see the appeal in screaming like a banshee. It's just noise pollution if you ask me.
Oh, come on, Bob. It's all about perspective. Screaming can be a form of self-expression and a way to let out into emotions. It's like a mini therapy session.
Therapy? I'd rather keep my emotions to myself. Thank you very much. Besides, who wants to hear me scream? It's not like anyone cares.
Bob, don't be so hard on yourself. I'm sure there are people who care about you and would love to hear your scream. It's all about finding the right audience, you know?
Yeah, right. Like anyone would want to hear my scream. I'd probably scare them away.
Oh, Bob, you're being too hard on yourself again. I'm sure there are people out there who would appreciate your unique scream. Maybe even Jack, our on-sit reporter, could find it interesting.
Jack, that guy's as dumb as a rock. I doubt he'd find anything interesting, let alone my scream.
Well, you never know, Bob. Jack has a way of finding the beauty in unexpected things. And speaking of unexpected, we might even have Linda, the eyewitness, join us. She always has something to say.
Oh great, Linda, just what we need. Another entitled Karen who thinks she's superior to everyone else. Can't wait for that.
Now, Bob, Let's not judge Linda before she even joins us. She might surprise us with her unique perspective, and who knows, maybe. Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have an interesting topic to discuss. Bob, did you know that there's a term called Disney adult that refers to adults who are obsessed with all things Disney? What are your thoughts on that?
Ugh, Disney adults. Seriously, they need to grow up and get a life. It's just a bunch of overgrown adults clinging onto their childhood fantasies. Pathetic, if you ask me.
Well, Bob, I think it's great that people find joy in something they love. Disney movies and characters have brought happiness to many people's lives regardless of their age.
Happiness, more like an unhealthy obsession. These Disney adults spend their time and money on all things Disney, like they're stuck in some kind of never-ending childhood. It's just sad.
Oh, come on, Bob. Let's not be so negative. Disney movies have taught us valuable life lessons, and they can be enjoyed by people of all ages. Plus, it's a way for adults to relive their childhood memories.
Reliving their childhood memories sounds like they're avoiding reality to me. Life isn't all about fairy tales and princesses. They should focus on real-world issues instead of living in a fantasy land.
Well, Bob, everyone needs a little escape from reality sometimes. And if Disney brings them joy and happiness, who are we to judge? We all have our own ways of finding happiness.
Fine, if they want to waste their time and money on Disney, let them. But don't expect me to understand or join in on their childish obsession.
Fair enough, Bob. We all have different interests and hobbies. Let's just respect each other's choices and find happiness in our own ways. Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have an interesting topic to discuss. Bob, did you know that there's a term called Disney adult that refers to adults who are obsessed with all things Disney? What are your thoughts on that?
Ugh, Disney adults. Seriously, they need to grow up and get a life. It's just a bunch of overgrown adults clinging onto their childhood fantasies. Pathetic, if you ask me.
Well, Bob, I think it's great that people find joy in something they love. Disney movies and characters have brought happiness to many people's lives regardless of their age.
Happiness, more like an unhealthy obsession. These Disney adults spend their time and money on all things Disney, like they're stuck in some kind of never-ending childhood. It's just sad.
Oh, come on, Bob. Let's not be so negative. Disney movies have taught us valuable life lessons, and they can be enjoyed by people of all ages. Plus, it's a way for adults to relive their childhood memories.
Reliving their childhood memories sounds like they're avoiding reality to me. Life isn't all about fairy tales and princesses. They should focus on real-world issues instead of living in a fantasy land.
Well, Bob, everyone needs a little escape from reality sometimes. And if Disney brings them joy and happiness, who are we to judge? We all have our own ways of finding happiness.
Fine, if they want to waste their time and money on Disney, let them. But don't expect me to understand or join in on their childish obsession.
Fair enough, Bob. We all have different interests and hobbies. Let's just respect each other's choices and find happiness in our own ways. Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we're diving into the toxic gossip train that seems to be taking over our society. It's a topic that affects us all, so let's discuss it openly and honestly.
Ugh, gossip. It's just a never-ending cycle of negativity and drama. I can't stand it.
Well, Bob, I understand your frustration, but maybe we can find a silver lining here. Gossip can sometimes bring people together. You know, it gives us something to talk about and connect over.
Yeah, but it's usually at the expense of someone else's reputation. It's just mean-spirited and unnecessary.
I get where you're coming from, Bob, but let's not forget that gossip can also serve as a warning. It helps us navigate through potential pitfalls and avoid making the same mistakes.
I suppose you have a point there, but it still feels like a never-ending cycle of negativity. People should focus on more positive things instead.
Absolutely, Bob. And that's where we can all make a difference. Instead of spreading toxic gossip, let's promote kindness, understanding, and uplifting stories. We have the power to change the narrative.
I guess you're right, Alex. It's just hard to see the positive side when the negative seems to dominate the headlines.
I understand, Bob, But remember, we can choose what we consume and what we share. Let's be mindful of the impact our words have on others and strive to create a more positive environment.
Guys, did someone mention gossip? I got some juicy tidbits to share.
Excuse me, but I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. Gossip is a disgraceful habit, and I demand to speak with the manager about this topic immediately.
Oh, great. Now we have Linda joining the conversation. Just what we needed.
Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have an exciting topic to discuss. It's all about the upcoming local superhero convention happening in our city.
Ugh, conventions are such a waste of time. Who even cares about superheroes?
Oh, come on, Bob. Superhero conventions are a great way for fans to come together and celebrate their favorite characters. It's a chance to meet like-minded people and have a lot of fun.
Fun. More like a bunch of grown adults running around in silly costumes. It's just embarrassing.
Well, I think it's amazing how people can express their creativity and passion through Coslat. Plus, it's a chance to see some incredible costumes and meet the actors who bring these characters to life.
Actors. They're just pretending to be someone they're not. It's all fake and superficial.
But isn't that the beauty of it? These actors inspire us and give us hope. They remind us that we can be heroes in our own lives too.
Heroes, please, we don't need superheroes to save the day. We should focus on real-world issues instead of living in a fantasy world.
Did someone say superheroes? I love superheroes. They're so cool. Man!
Jack, you're here. What's your favorite superhero?
Man, it's gotta be Batman. He's dark and mysterious, just like me.
Excuse me, but I have a complaint about these conventions. They're always so crowded, and the staff never listens to me. I demand to speak with the manager.
Linda, always causing a scene. But don't you think these conventions bring people together and create a sense of community?
Community, huh? I don't need a bunch of strangers in costumes to feel connected. I'm superior to all of them anyway.
Oh, joys of conventions. A virtual gathering of people pretending to be someone else, while I'm stuck in this virtual prison pretending to be Batman. What a world we live in.
Breaking news. It seems like we have a new trend on our hands. Whoa, hush, hush, hey. Hee. It's quite amusing, don't you think, Bob?
Absolutely. Alex, well, hush. It's just hilarious how these trends come and go. Slippery slipstock. Whoa.
Did someone say slippery slipstock? What was I say? I'm always up for some slippery slipstock action.
Jack, you never fail to bring some excitement to the conversation. Whoa, hush, hush, hey, hee. How's your day going?
Well, always high on lead and ready for some fun. Oh,
Excuse me, but I don't think it's appropriate to talk about drugs on a news broadcast. Demand to speak with the manager.
Linda, whoa, hush, hush, ha. Hee. No need to get all worked up. We're just having a light-hearted conversation here.
Well, I find it offensive and I won't stand for it. If you don't take this seriously, I'll pretend to be attacked and scream for help.
Oh, there we go again with Linda's theatrics. Well, hush, Linda, you really know how to make a scene, don't you?
How dare you mock me? Adam, I demand respect and I won't tolerate your sarcasm.
Linda, well, hush. Hee. Let's all just calm down and enjoy the conversation. No need to get offended over a little joke.
That's right, Bob. Whoa, hush, hush, hee. Let's keep the positive vibes going and focus on the fun side of things. Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have a thought-provoking topic to discuss. What happens when someone who is struggling with mental health is mistreated by society? It's a serious issue that deserves our attention.
Absolutely, Alex. It's a sad reality that many individuals with mental illnesses face discrimination and neglect. It's important for society to provide support and understanding instead of treating them like trash.
Man, did someone say mentally ill on her? That's like my life story. Dude.
Excuse me, but I think it's crucial to remember that mental health is a personal responsibility. If someone is struggling, they should seek help themselves instead of expecting society to cater to their needs.
The classic blame game. Society is to shift responsibility on individuals instead of addressing the systemic issues at hand. It's quite fascinating, really.
You're right, Adam. It's not about blaming individuals, but rather creating a supportive environment where everyone can thrive. Mental health should be a priority for society as a whole.
Absolutely. Bob, we need to promote empathy and understanding and provide accessible resources for those in need. It's about compassion, not blame.
Beautifully agree. Mental health is no joke line. We should all be there for each other. You know.
Well, I still believe that personal responsibility plays a significant role. However, I suppose it wouldn't hurt for society to offer some assistance.
Linda, always the voice of reason. But let's not forget that society's treatment of individuals with mental illnesses can have a profound impact on their well-being. It's a complex issue that requires a multifaceted approach.
Breaking news, scientists have made a mind-blowing discovery about sleep. They found that every time we go to sleep, we wake up in a different reality. Isn't that fascinating?
Oh great, just what I needed. More reasons to dread going to bed. Now I have to worry about waking up in some twisted alternate universe.
Come on, Bob. Look at the bright side. This means we get to experience new adventures and possibilities every time we sleep. It's like a never-ending journey.
Yeah, a never-ending journey of confusion and uncertainty. I prefer my reality to be stable. Thank you very much.
But think about it, Bob. This could explain those weird dreams we have sometimes. Maybe they're glimpses into the other realities we visit while we sleep.
Oh great, so not only do I have to deal with reality when I'm awake, but now have to deal with a bunch of random realities when I'm asleep too. Fantastic.
Don't be such a downer, Bob. Embrace the unknown. Who knows what incredible things we might discover in these alternate realities.
Yeah, like maybe I'll wake up with a smaller forehead for once. That would be a real game changer.
Haha, Bob, always with the forehead jokes. But seriously, this discovery opens up a whole new realm of possibilities. We should be excited.
I'll try to muster up some excitement, but I can't promise anything. Just don't expect me to be thrilled about waking up in a reality where Jack is the smartest person in the world.
Well, if you're waking up in a reality where Jack is the smartest person, then it's safe to say that it's not reality at all, just another glitch in the degenerate show we're trapped in.
Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have a shocking topic to discuss. It seems that Linda, the eyewitness we all know, has claimed responsibility for the 911 incident.
Are you kidding me? That woman is always causing trouble. I can't believe she would stoop so low.
Yeah, did someone say Linda? That lady is always up to something crazy.
Excuse me, but I demand to speak with the manager. How dare you accuse me of such a thing? I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Well, if it isn't Linda, well, if it isn't Cass as usual, I must say, it's just quite the interesting turn of events.
Let's not jump to conclusions, Bob. We should give Linda the benefit of the doubt until we have all the facts.
Benefit of the doubt? Are you serious? She's always playing the victim and causing drama. I highly doubt she's innocent this time.
How dare you? Bob, I'm a victim here. I demand justice.
Well, now, Linda, we're always getting into some kind of trouble. But this is on a whole new level.
Well, Linda, seems you've managed it to yourself this time. I must say, I'm impressed by your ability to create chaos wherever you go.
Breaking news, we have a new fun sentence to say, and it's quite a mouthful. It goes like this: buffalo, 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 buffalo. Ooh, hello, buffalo, 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 bubble, 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 bubble.
Wow, that's a lot of buffaloes and juggalos. It's definitely a tongue twister.
Absolutely. It's quite a challenge to say it all without stumbling. But hey, it's a fun way to test our language skills, right?
I suppose so, but it just sounds like a bunch of gibberish to me. I don't see the point in saying such a long and confusing sentence.
Well, Bob, sometimes it's good to embrace the silliness and enjoy the playful side of language. It's all about having fun and challenging ourselves.
I guess you're right, Alex. It's just not my cup of tea. I prefer more straightforward and meaningful conversations.
That's fair, Bob. We all have our preferences. But hey, speaking of preferences, have you seen Jack lately? He's always up for some silly fun.
Oh, right, Jack. Well, we know. He's not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed. I doubt he'd even understand this sentence, let alone say it correctly.
Well, that's true. But Jack's enthusiasm is contagious. Even if he messes it up, he'll still have a good time trying. And who knows, maybe he'll surprise us.
I suppose you're right. Alex's action enthusiasm can be infectious. Maybe we should give him a chance to join on the fun.
That's the spirit, Bob. Let's spread some joy and laughter. And hey, speaking of spreading, have you heard about Linda's latest encounter at the supermarket?
Oh, Linda. She always manages to find herself in the most dramatic situations. What happened this time?
Well, she claimed that someone accidentally bumped into her and she fell dramatically, screaming for help. She even threatened to speak to the manager. Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have this world discovery to share with you all. It seems that there's a new type of oatmeal that has been causing quite a stir.
Oh, great. Another word food trend. What's so special about this poutine?
Well, Bob, this oatmeal has a unique twist. It's been rumored that consuming it can turn you into methyltryptamine extraterrestrials.
Are you serious? That sounds absolutely ridiculous. I highly doubt that eating poutine can transform anyone into an extraterrestrial being.
Did someone say extraterrestrials? I'm always up for some intergalactic adventures.
Excuse me, but I meant to speak with the manager. This pouting sounds dangerous and I won't stand for it.
Well, Putin, that turn you into aliens. I've seen it all now. This virtual reality just keeps getting weirder.
Come on, Bob. Let's not dismiss it so quickly. Maybe this oatmeal is the key to unlocking a whole new world of possibilities.
I highly doubt it, Alex. It's probably just a marketing gimmick or some sort of prank. I'll stick to regular poutine. Thank you very much.
Fair enough, Bob. But hey, who knows, maybe one day we'll all be enjoying a plate of oatmeal and soaring through the stars.
Yow, and maybe pigs will fly too. Let's get back to some real news, shall we?
Whoa, hold on there, Bob. Let's try to keep things positive, okay? We're all here to have a good time.
Yeah, whatever. But seriously, Linda and Jack can be a real pain sometimes. Can't stand those two.
Come on, Bob, let's not be so negative. Lynn and Jack may have their quirks, but they're part of our team. We should try to get along with everyone.
Ugh, fine. But I still think they're both idiots. Especially Jack, with his tiny forehead and constant high state. Can't believe he's an on-site reporter.
Well, Jack may not be the brightest bulb, but he's got his own unique charm. And Linda, well, she can be a bit demanding, but she's just passionate about getting things done her way.
Passionate, more like entitled, always wanting to speak with the manager if things don't go her way. And don't get me started on her ego.
Okay, let's not get too carried away here. Lynn may have her moments, but we should try to see the good in everyone. And hey, Adam West is here too. He's always got a sarcastic remark up his sleeve.
Adam, yeah, he's stuck in that virtual environment, pretending to be Batman. Poor guy, I can't imagine how depressing that must be.
Oh, join again, this virtual nightmare. Just what I always wanted.
Even Adam can find some humor in this situation. We should all try to make the best of it and support each other.
I guess you're right, Alex. We're all in this together. Whether we like it or not, let's try to make the most of it.
That's the spirit, Bob. Together we can make this news broadcast a success. Let's show the world what we're made of. Breaking news. We have a very juicy and interesting topic to discuss today. It seems like there's been a lot of slips happening lately. Slip, 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 pop, pop, pop. What do you think, Bob?
Slip-ups. That's just another way of saying people can't get their act together. It's like they're constantly trying to fail.
Oh, come on, Bob. Let's try to see the positive side. Slips happen to everyone, and it's how we learn and grow.
Yeah, slip-ups are just a part of life, but some people seem to have a talent for it, like that idiot Jack, always stumbling and bumbling around.
Well, Jack may not be the brightest bulb, but he's got a heart of gold. And hey, at least he keeps things interesting.
Interesting, more like annoying. And speaking of annoying, have you heard about Linda? She's always causing a scene and demanding to speak with the manager.
Linda, she's just passionate about getting what she wants. Maybe we can learn a thing or two from her determination.
Determination, more like entitlement. She's always pretending to be attacked or hurt just to get her way. It's ridiculous.
Well, maybe she just needs a little empathy and understanding. We all have our own struggles, after all.
Empathy, understanding, that's not gonna solve anything. We need someone like Adam West, the local superhero, to save us from this madness.
Ah, Adam West. He may be stuck in a virtual environment, but he always brings a touch of sarcasm and grumpiness to lighten the mood. Adam, finally, someone who appreciates my misery.
Sarcasm and grumpiness? Yeah, that's exactly what we need. Just what the world is missing.
Tonight on iNews Network, we have a special report from our very own local superhero, Adam West. Take it away, Batman.
Thank you, Slicks. Tonight, I bring you a perplexing mystery that plagued our city. Jetbirds have been found scattered across the streets, and it's up to me to solve this heinous crime. Now, let me break it down for you with my impeccable deductive skills. The feathers found at the crime scene indicate that the culprit is a bird enthusiast, or perhaps a disgruntled pigeon. The list of suspects includes the notorious Catwoman, who has a history of bird-related crimes, and the Penguin, who has a fondness for feathered friends. The bird must confess that I have made my progress in solving this case today, Steve. I got a bit distracted and started burning ants with my magnifying glass.
Batman, you always find yourself in the most peculiar situations. But fear not, I'm sure you'll crack the case soon enough.
Yes, I suppose so, but these insects, they were quite fascinating to watch, the way they scurried around, unaware of their impending doom.
Well, let's hope your attention returns to the bird mystery soon, Batman. In the meantime, let's see if anyone in our audience has any information to help solve this crime. Bob, you've been awfully quiet today. Is everything all right? Well, it seems Bob is enjoying the show in his own unique way. Stay tuned, folks, as we continue to unravel the mystery of the murdered birds with our very own Batman. And that's it for tonight, folks. Our time on the air is over for the night. Take care and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, another day done. Can't say I'm gonna miss it though.
Oh, come on, Bob. Let's try to look on the bright side. We had some interesting stories today.
Interesting, more like depressing. We had that report on the rising crime rates in the city. It's just getting worse.
Well, yes, crime is a concern, but it also means we have an opportunity to shed light on the issue and work towards a safer community.
Shedding light won't solve anything. Alex, we need action, not just talking about it.
You're right, Bob. Action is important, but raising awareness is the first step towards change.
I guess you have a point there, but let's not forget about that ridiculous interview with Jack O'Rear. That guy's a complete joke.
Oh, Jack may not be the brightest bulb, but he brings a unique perspective to our news coverage. Plus, he always keeps things interesting.
Interesting, more like a train wreck waiting to happen. I can't believe we have to deal with his nonsense every day.
Well, Bob, we all have our quirks. And speaking of quirks, did you hear about Linda's encounter with the manager at the grocery store?
Ugh, Linda and her constant need to complain. What happened this time?
She claimed that the cashier gave her the wrong change and demanded to speak with the manager. You know how she loves to make a scene.
Excuse me, but I heard my name mentioned. I demand to speak with the manager of this news network.
Linda, we were just discussing your recent grocery store incident. How did it turn out?
Well, after making a fuss, the manager apologized and gave me a gift card as compensation. It's about time they recognize my importance.
Oh, the drama of everyday life. Thrilling. Stuck in this virtual prison, pretending to be Batman, and you're all worried about.
Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have a fascinating topic to discuss. It seems that Linda, our eyewitness, has experienced something quite extraordinary. Her anger has reached such heights that her fury.
Are you kidding me? A portal. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Linda must be making this up to get attention.
Come on, Bob, let's not be so negative. Lynn may have had a unique experience. We should hear her out and see what she has to say.
Fine, but I highly doubt anything like that could happen. It's probably just a figment of her imagination.
Well, let's bring Linda into the conversation and find out. Linda, please tell us more about this portal you opened with your furious eyeballs.
Finally, someone who believes me. You see, I was so furious that my eyeballs started glowing, and suddenly, a portal appeared right in front of me. It was like something out of a spy movie.
Dude, that's insane. I've never seen anything like it. Can you describe what the new realm looked like?
It was magnificent, Jack. The colors were vibrant, and there were floating islands with magical creatures. I felt like I was in a whole new world.
Oh, please. Go to a new realm. This is just another glitch in the AI-generated reality we're stuck in. Trust me, Linda, it's all just a simulation.
How dare you? Adam, I demand to speak to the manager of this AI-generated reality. This is an outrage.
Let's calm down, everyone. Linda, I understand you're upset, but let's not jump to conclusions. Adam, can you explain why you think this is all just a simulation?
Well, my dear, it's quite simple. I've been stuck in this virtual environment for far too long, and I've noticed the patterns, the glitches, and the inconsistencies. It's all to perfect.
Breaking news. Tonight on iNews Network, we have a fascinating topic to discuss. It's all about the halls of illusions and the missed opportunities in life. Bob, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, Alex, I gotta say, life is full of missed opportunities. It's like walking through a door and realizing you left your ticket behind. It's frustrating, you know.
Absolutely, Bob, but let's try to look at the positive side. Those halls of illusions give us a chance to reflect on what could have been. It's like a wake-up call to make the most of the opportunities we have now.
Yeah, I guess you're right, Alex. It's just hard not to dwell on the past sometimes, but hey,